Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make one of these beaded necklace pendants. You could also do earrings, and it's kind of like a little firework charm. So this is what they look like close up. This one was the first one I made and it kind of reminds me of the little virus emoji, which I think is so cute. So to make one of these, you're going to need some size 11 seed beads in 3 colours. So I'm just going to use 3 colours that really contrast with each other so it's easy for you to see in the video. You'll also need a beading needle and thread, and I'm using 6 pound fireline and I'm using about 22 inches of that. And then you'll need your necklace chain and jump ring, and I've got mine already attached to my chain. And that's everything, so let's get started. So I've laid my colours out like this, so this is going to be the middle colour, and then outside, and then the very edge colour. So the middle colour, if I split this open, is like this bright aqua you can see in the middle there. You're not going to see a lot of that, so that's going to be my middle colour. So you'll just see like a tiny little bit of that, so that doesn't want to be like the colour you want to be your main colour. And then this one is going to be this like lighter aqua colour, that's the main colour, and then this one's going to be like the silver lined aqua here on the edge. So lay them out in that order, and the middle part is going to be a cubic right angle weave, little cube. So I'm going to show you how I do that. There's lots of different ways to start cubic right angle weave, and this is the way over the years that I found the simplest to do. So I'm going to try and show you in like the easiest way possible, because it can be a bit tricky for beginners. So you're going to pick up 4 of your first colour, slide those down onto your thread. You don't need to leave much of a tail, just until you've got a few inches left. We're just going to tie a knot in a minute with that and cut it off quite early on. Okay, and you're going to go back up through all 4 of those beads. Oops. Like that, and then back up through 1 more. Pull that tight, and you should have this. Now onto each of these 4 beads we're going to create groups of 4. So with this first one you've already got 1 bead, so you're going to pick up 3, same colour. Okay, and this is going to be your 4th bead. You're going to go back into that bead that you're coming out of, but on the opposite side. Okay, so that's your first one. I'm going to move around to this next bead in the circle. You're going to create another group of 4. This time you've already got 1, and you're going to share this one on the side, so you just need to pick up 2. And go down through this one on this side of this unit and back through the one that you're already coming out of, like that. Pull that through, and there you've got your second group of 4. Now you're coming out here and you're going to move through the next one in that original circle. Okay, again you're going to pick up 2 this time, because you've got 1 here and you're sharing this one on the side. So you're going to go through that one on the side and through the one that you're already coming out of. Okay, pull that through, and you've got this, and it looks a bit complicated at the minute, but don't worry. You're coming out here and you're going to move through the final one in that original group of 4. Okay, so now you've got this. So there's your original group of 4 in the middle. You're going to push those 2 units on the side up like that to meet in the middle. So if I turn it around this way, so you're coming out here and you've just pushed those 2 units at the side up to the centre. Now you're coming out here, you're going to move up through that one on the side here, picking up 1, going down through the one on the side opposite, Okay, so there's your last little group of 4. Now through the one on the bottom again where you started. Like that, up through the one on the side and across through the one on the top. Okay, so now you've got these 4 beads on the top, little group of 4 that aren't connected. They're the only ones that aren't connected in this whole thing, so you're going to go through all 4 of those to bring them together. I'm going to go through those a couple of times just to make sure it's not going to loosen and come undone while we're working on it. Pull that really tight. Okay, and now you've got this. So now you should have a cube, so whichever way you turn it, you've got a little right angle weave unit. So you've got these 4 beads on every single side. So that is our cubic right angle weave block done. Now what I'm going to do is, and it doesn't matter which way you go, I'm just going to travel down into the side and just sort of go through some of these beads again where it's getting a bit looser as we've worked with it. This is not essential, it's just I've obviously not been holding my tension very tight. So I'm just going through some of those beads again. It doesn't matter where you end up at all, it doesn't matter where your thread's coming out of, you'll see why in a minute. So I've just gone through some of those that had loosened. Now I'm going to take my needle off of there and thread it onto my shorter tail thread. We're going to get rid of that because it's going to get in the way and be harder to cut at the end. Okay, so I've threaded my needle onto my tail thread and that's coming out here, wherever it is here. I'm just going to tie a knot. So I'm coming out here, I'm going to take my needle under this thread here, create a loop and go through that loop twice. Pull that down till the knot tightens and move away from the knot. You can tie as many knots as you want with that. I'm just going to do the one, so I think that's going to be fine. And then take my needle off and cut that thread off because we're done with that. Okay, now you're going to thread your needle back onto your main working thread. So we've got this little cube. Now wherever you're coming out of, doesn't matter which bead. So I'm coming out here, I'm going to take my needle, not through a bead, but straight down through this hole here, you can see. So my needle comes out the other side. It's not coming out of a bead, it's just coming out in the middle of the piece like that. Okay, so we've got this, it's just coming out anywhere, any one of those sides, it doesn't matter. And then you're going to pick up 2 of your second colour and 1 of your third colour. Slide those all the way down until they meet your little cube, like that. Now ignoring that end bead, that purple one, you're going to go back down through those 2 of your second colour. Okay, and then where your thread's coming through here, you're going to poke your needle back through till it comes out the other side. Doesn't matter where it comes out on the other side, as long as it's not coming out of a bead and it's just poking out through a hole. Pull that down until that tightens like that, right up against your central bit. Okay, so now we're coming out here. We're going to do the same. So pick up 2 of your second colour and 1 of your third colour. Slide those all the way down. Ignoring that third one, go down through the other 2, back through the piece. This time try and make it come out on a different side, like that. Okay, so it's just coming out the middle of there, it's not coming out of a bead, it's just poking through the middle of that side. And again, picking up 2 of the second colour, 1 of the third colour. Slide it down, ignore the third one and go down through the other 2, back through the middle of the piece till it comes out the other side. And that's what you're going to keep doing picking up 3, sliding them down, ignoring the third, going down through the other 2, back through the piece, and then each time just guiding it so it comes out of a different side where you haven't got a little leg. So I've got 4 at the minute. Now for these ones I did about almost 20, I think I did 18, between 18 and 20 little legs on them. Basically keep going until you've used almost all of your thread. Do as many or as few as you like. It depends, I guess, how much of that middle colour you want to see. So I think I did 18 on this one. And yeah, just keep going until you've filled up all the sides. So just, it does get tighter. You'll find you get less gaps, obviously, as it fills up. But you just kind of have to direct it back through the centre towards a side that's got no leg coming out of it yet. Like that. So just keep going. And it doesn't have to come out of these sides, it can come out of these corners here, right out the centre of there, everywhere, like all over it. Anywhere that you've got a gap, just direct your thread through the middle so it's coming out where you've got a gap, and then add another leg and keep going until you've filled it up as much as you want, and then I'll show you how to add the jump ring. Okay, so I've gone as far as I want, and I've got as many little arms or legs sticking out of this thing as what I want, so I can still see some of my centre colour because I kind of like it that way with this one. And I'm going to show you, once you've got to where you want to, how to attach your jump ring. So whatever side you're coming out of, you want to find one of your centre beads, so any of these green ones for me, it doesn't matter which one. I'm just going to go through one near to where I'm coming out of. So I'll go through this one. And then I'm simply just going to pick up my jump ring, go back through that bead that I was coming out of, and go through that a few times, back through the jump ring, back through the bead, and so on until I've gone through it a few times, just to make sure it's really secure, you know, and it's not going to come undone. And then you just need to tie off your thread. So the best way I've found to do that is to do it here, like right where your right where your jump ring is, sorry. So here, if you can spread your little things apart so that you can see into the centre a little bit, and find a thread that you can hook under, take your needle under one of these threads that you can see to create a loop, and then go through that loop twice like we did earlier with the tail thread. Make sure it tightens, and then move through a bead, and then I'll probably poke that through to the other side, move through another bead, and then eventually I'll cut my thread. And that's how we do it. So this is what it looks like all finished. So I actually like the colours. I chose them to contrast just so you could see for the video, but I kind of like how it's turned out with the 3, being able to see the 3 different colours. These ones are my favourites. These have got like a silver lined bead at the end of each arm so that it's got a little sparkle to it. And then this one I just did like each little arm a different colour, so it's more like a firework kind of thing. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and you're able to make one of these. I think these would make really cute earrings as well, like a small dainty like everyday kind of dangly earring. Comment down below anything else you'd like to see. Follow me on Instagram at Beading by Hannah, and like this video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to see more of my videos. Thanks for watching everyone. See you next time. Bye.